Welcome back, everyone. I am one of your casters, Monkey, and joining me is.
Faded. The real inter that has entered every game of his career. Speaking of inting, this should be a pretty fun game to watch.
Interesting. So, our lineup is Team Tempest versus. Hear me out. Tacos. No, it's tacos, taco truck. No, I said it wrong. I was like preparing for this as well. It's tacos, taco truck.
Yep, there's only 3 tacos, and well, there's only 2 games to win, so I guess 2 tacos are only on the line, or only 2 tacos. Looking at the game 1 pro draft here, what do you think about these 2 comps? As we see a lot of T's on the screen.
So, I'm looking at this Illinois first pick. This guy must be so good at Illinois that he can blind it into anyone. And it's very obvious because he blinds it into the Mordekaiser. And then the second pick is a set. And I really like this set pick because it doesn't confirm where it's going. Because set can go jungle, set can go mid, set can also go support. And with the rest of the draft, we see it does go support. And I'm really liking Taco's truck.
I feel like it's
going a lot here.
I feel like it's going jungle because I don't think Swain or Cassio pick in jungle. I'm just saying. So I feel like
I didn't see the Swain
in the jungle.
So that's exactly it. Set is so confusing. I didn't even see it go jungle.
Shows the power of set.
That is the power of set indeed. And then the response for B2, B3 is Lucian Braum. And this lane obviously is extremely dominant with Braum's passive and Lucian's passive comboing very well. So they're honestly looking here for a kill lane bot. And then the response is honestly really interesting to me. The Senna. What do you think of this Senna, Faded?
That's a good pick. It's outrageous Braum and Lucian, and it's kind of difficult to get on top of the Senna here. And they also follow up with the Swain in the second phase, I think, going to support. So a lot of range, a good amount of poke, a good amount of pick potential as well. So I feel like it's relatively safe. They have good range, which is gonna hopefully allow them to space and not allow Lucian and Braum to get on top of them for an all-in.
Seeing that as a combo, I do agree, but I feel like it's super volatile balling. If we have Lucian Braum versus Senna Swain, which is what the matchup is, it's extremely easy, honestly, for this Lucian Braum to get ahead of the set Senna. But I'd like to then now take a look at the mid lane matchup, because we get the Swain as first pick in second phase, and we get a response of Lux Volibear. So Volibear, obviously, it's a really strong pick for early to complement the Lucian Braum, but the Lux is chosen blind, and then the Cassio is the answer, which I find really interesting. Cassio is known as a short-range mage, and Lux is a far-range mage, so usually far-range mages are just stronger than short-range mages such as Cassio, and with what Illinois, Braum, and Lucian bring to the table, as well as the Volibear, I think the Lux is just a better pick than the Cassio. I would have preferred something different than the Cassio, maybe to match the Lux in that, or honestly, like play an assassin to just straight up win lane. But we'll have to see. Like, these bans seem that they want complete control of the game, and it seems as Team Tempest mid laner does play a lot of control characters such as Galio and Oriana, so Lux is up his alley, as well as the Taco's truck also plays these control mages in Vel'Koz and Victor. So it seems like they're off their comfort picks, but with the picks that they've chosen, I can see it being a pretty good match for TTTTT, or like, 1 second, that's 4 T's. T times 4. It's better for T times 4 rather than T times 2.
Yeah, I agree. And looks like
let's honestly just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's just jump right into it.
And now we're in game. It looks like Red is setting up their kind of 5 points to defend against invades. So is the blue team not looking to get any early picks, even though blue team is a little stronger early on these level 1s.
And it is confirmed that the Swain will be going to the bot lane, so there's no like Cassiopeia ADC with, or like Swain ADC with Senna support, any shenanigans like that. Very normal here. And this was late on the patch before the Senna nerfs, so Senna's gonna be able to get a lot of souls as well from the AD carry position while taking CS.
So I think it's extremely important to highlight what the set does versus this Volibear this game, because Volibear has a crazy clears, or like is really strong once he hits level 3, where the set, although he is strong at level 3 as well, is not as strong and will lose to duels, especially with the Volibear taking press the attack versus the set phase rush where he wants to kind of gank.
When you look at mid lane here, Lux does have a good range advantage on the Cassio, but if Cassio does get those Qs off up with a bunch of E's, there's not really much Lux can do to heal off or fend off the Cassiopeia. So I think it's not the most valuable lane out there, but it should be interesting, especially as we get into mid game, or if we ever. When we get to mid game, this will be very interesting.
I'm thinking the build path right now for each team. Like the Rylai's is super important, and for both the Mordekaiser and the Cassio this game, as both the blue team wants to run into Taco Truck. So
Taco Truck.
Yeah.
Senna main, or not Senna main, but the person playing Senna. And also, if you look at their team, they have good ways to kind of counter the running in with, multiple ultimates, such as the Cassiopeia being able to just completely negate a lot of those run shoot engages.
RDC trading ball lane. Senna is getting positive trade with the Swain. Mordekaiser is doing well into the Illinois. We have a gank mid. The Volibear forces the flash on the Cassio. And that'll be the end of that. The wave is pushing into the Mordekaiser here, but the Illinois, this blind pick is already paying off.
Yep, he is surely good at Ilaoi here, doing a lot of damage to the Mordekaiser bot lane. Sat's coming in.
Set flashes forwards, Braum flashes out, Lucian flash heals, and that is extremely good for Taco Truck. And we have another trade in the mid lane here. Barrier forced out of... Oh, we have poke? And that's that. This Swain, you're definitely right here. I was under the impression that Braum Lucian was going to be a lot better for the Lucian Braum, but it is not. Swain is just a broken character.
Yeah, Swain, Senna, again, long range, good pick potential, good harass, really very powerful, hard to play around. It is play around a bull. This is not like you think there are ways to minimize the disadvantage, but it looks like they're gonna be able to kind of capitalize on the strength of their bot lane, and both are gonna be spotted out here. And I think what is gonna happen, and it's just a kill coming to the red side. 4 keys, currently more than 2.
And coming back to bot lane here, Senna's walking back with a pickaxe. Lucian only with a longsword, no potions either. So any poke, which this lane is trying to accomplish, will be detrimental, and it will be very, very bad for the Lucian. And we have the Mordekaiser creating a freeze against this Illinois. This should be very good for him here.
But Set is bot lane, so there's not much actually preventing him from just queuing the minions twice and just, shredding them instantly. But again, I guess he doesn't know that, so he's a little bit more cautious. I mean, really. But he will, I think, eventually break the freeze. Not quite. Very interesting here. He will miss from the Swain, unable to root, or unable to find onto a Lucian here. As
Dashes in.
both junglers.
The jungler is, both junglers are balling. It looks like it's gonna be a 3v3 fight. They turn on the Swain, they ignite him. Swain flashes out. They're turning onto the set, who has the passive. Senna is in the middle, gets the trade kill on Lucian, but burns her flash and dies. Now we have some trading in the top lane. That was destructive. And we see now that what I was worrying about against with this set, Volibear is extremely strong with the press the attack, and that honestly was able to turn that onto the set and to the Senna, and it was all set there to turn that fight.
Absolutely here, and they will walk away with a 2-1 trade here, so kind of favorable, and looks like they will be also grabbing the dragon here for TT, as I think they're sure we get this. Oh, but they're both very lucky here. This is gonna be interesting who will get this one. Looks like blue team will secure it.
They're turning on Braum, they get the kill on Braum. Senna is auto-attacking this manaless Volibear, but they turn onto the Swain and get the kill with the Lux R. They get the root off. Senna keeps auto-attacking, tries to continue, but Lux is there for support and lands the root. Now, we have Senna that's extremely ahead. We have the Lucian who has the call fields. So the Senna hasn't backed yet. So we don't know. She is going to tier build, which will allow her to push her ahead in these in the late game versus the.
Looks like a freeze is going to be happening with set on the boss here. Both junglers are going to be on the plus side. So there's potential that there's going to be another.
They're going on to Lucian. The root lands. Lucian is 1 health, and he stops and dies. Senna is continuing to try to get this push on with Swain. The root does not land, and Lucian and Braum are getting
gave up. I really did think that. Or I mean, unless it could be an internet issue, but that was very interesting. He had heal, so maybe he would have survived knowing that there were no catching up pulls on the side of TTTT, but I guess maybe not, or maybe it wasn't going to matter, so he's saving it. Both cases are possible here. Lucian's going to come back to lane with ACS deficit to Senna, which is really bad. I really do not want to give Senna the CS advantage, just because most ADCs, I think, have a good time CSing compared to Senna, and Senna, doesn't need as many resources. And the 2 tiers is going to be completed soon, with Cassie already having that tier, and I think right now, everything's going well for TTT.
Oh, the ball laner is there again. Lucian tries to get a trade kill, wastes heal, Braum gets ulted in, Senna is healing, tries to go for the auto attack, Braum flashes out and lives. And there's just trading on to the top lane, and it seems that Mordekaiser might die here. He gets a tentacle, lands the EQ, and gets the kill.
Yep. This is why Mordekaiser is so good into Alawi, because when you ult, Alawi's tentacles completely nullified. So like it looked like Alawi was winning, but once the ult comes in, there are no more tentacle. Alawi no one gets tentacles for support, and that means the end of Alawi in that fight.
Going on to the Lucian.
Set posting the Lucian here.
And he's 1 health. The Swain does not have flash, so they can't kill him. But now, Lucian, with his swiftness boots, has the back again, and I think it's going to be super difficult for this ball lane to come back. Oh, flash on Volley, flash on Cassio, trying to go for the trade kill, gets it off, and is trying to run now, but dies to the Volley pause.
And the Volibear, again, being very impactful here. I think it was a decent play by the Cassie here to trade, although he does leave the option of the Rift Herald, which is going to happen here. The Rift Herald took a few minutes earlier, is going to absolutely decimate most of that tower. And overall, I think that was a decent trade because of that tower falling here, and
Volley does get
items. Senna does have Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Senna does have the mana immune here, which means he's gonna be quite a bit ahead on the Lucian. So they're gonna, I think, try to play around the bot lane for a couple minutes while that Senna has that massive item advantage.
I want to highlight here Taco's comp. We have 3 hyper-scaling picks with the Mordekaiser, the Cassio, and the Senna. Because they're ahead right now, they'll be able to continuously push this lead where Team Tempest was looking to try to get ahead in the early game, and they're going on this volley, Set ults, Swain flashes in, uses his ult well, they will kill the Set. Senna is trying to help, but the Swain is in the middle, everyone. His Conquer's procced. Lux uses their ult. Cassio is there as well. Senna is on the flank, has the Glacial Omnit, lands the root on the Braum. We have Cassio might have ult here, uses barrier. TP coming in from the Mordekaiser, and the TP responds from the Illoi. The Swain uses the W, lands nothing. Illoi's trying to walk in. Mordekaiser's trying to get to the pick here as well. And it's a 4v3 for blue side. Bot lane here. Let's see what they can do. And that results in nothing. 2 TPs basically wasted. And we have another fight here. The Illoi is turning on the Mordekaiser. He does get ulted, and the Mordekaiser just rolls over the Illoi. We can see in these last 2, maybe 3 games, I can't remember the first game, Mordekaiser has been a pick, and it's always been extremely, extremely impactful. Now red team secures the dragon.
Yep, so not quite able to pick that one up, and it will be 1-1 in terms of the dragon. And what's there?
Does walk into the volley, and Senna should die here. Uses heal, volley ults over the wall. Lucian Flash is coming in for that kill as well, and that has put him back on pace with the Senna.
Oh, and now I think it's pretty even now. Again, remember the scaling advantage does go to King or Taco Truck, so even really means slightly behind. But I think that given that they are in a better position than they were a couple of minutes ago.
They are looking for these tower plates. They did get one, which is nice for, again, the volley, the Lucian. But as you said, this will not, even though they did come back from their early deficit, this will not mean they are kind of even if the gold lead does, the gold graphs do show that it is even. We have Dragon up in 4 minutes. This will be important for, honestly, both teams. Mountain Soul's very good for both teams here. We have Senna with the shield, which will be very good. Swain wants to run in. The resistances will be super, super important. More trading in top lane. Mordekaiser looks like he wants to just fully commit, but Set's up here. Oh, Set is part of red team. I'm not looking at colors today.
And well, it's just favorable, I think. I mean, it's quite even right now. Not really favorable. I'm just used to saying favorable, that everything's favorable. But no, it's quite even of a matchup here. Mordekaiser trading onto Lally here.
Set flashes in ult. The Illoi ult has in a response, and Senna tries to help out their top laner, but misses her ult. And that will be the end of that. Trading flash for flash on the jungler and the top laner. Lucian gets hooked in.
Probably gonna.
And that's the end of that. Right now we're kind of at a standstill. Senna is trying to stack her mirror mana to get ahead. Lucian has his Essence Reaver, so is in a very strong position. Braum tries to go in, looking for this. Wait, it looks like they are about to get the kill. The heal goes down, but that will not be enough with the Braum Ignite.
Also, we see quite a bit of healing instead of Team Taco's Taco Truck in terms of basically all 5 members, like Conquer, the Mordekaiser, okay, maybe not the set, but the Cassiopeia, Sinner, and Swain all do some form of healing. So I feel like Grievous Tunes is a must on at least 2 members of TT. At least when we get into that 20-25 minute mark, while one healing items and abilities with healing really starts to shine.
I'm honestly pretty afraid for Team Tempest here. We're looking at this game and it's still even. If Team Tempest wants to do something, they need to do it now, either at Herald or next Dragon, or they will just continuously fall behind, because this Mordekaiser is already showing that he's taking over this game by completely 1v1ing this Eloy with her tentacles up. And there's nothing she can do. The Cassio is positively trading, and basically kind of winning the matchup mid lane, and Senna is even with Lucian, which should not be the case in this lane. But the Swain is evidently helping a lot in this lane.
The Swain is just so strong here. I mean, it just feels like it's completely even right now. The game is completely even. You know, you give this to teams, I'd say a 50-50%, but as the calling will not hit.
Cassio looking in, Senna flashes in, Braum flashes out to avoid it. Set is bot lane, but Volley places the Herald mid. It looks like Team Tempest will give up this turret and trade for mid lane. And Dragon's up in 9. So we're looking at a potential fight where Taco is 100% favored, where Mordekaiser TP's mid to catch the Herald, and there's 5 people bot side. This Dragon is definitely going over to Taco Truck.
And there shouldn't be a contest here, as they have 5 members of allowing.
Ionia Eloy, Swain ultis into zone, and they're focusing the Dragon as the Swain zone. Hook landed on to the Lux, she flashes out, lives, Braum ult, Swain's ult is down. And it seems both teams trying to pick a fight, but both opt to run away. Ollie's waiting. Ollie's going for that trade. Eloy ults. Ollie ults the Set, who ulted him. Lucian flashes in, goes in for the kill. The Mordekaiser did ult the Lucian. The Lucian should die here. Heals and gets the shutdown on the Mordekaiser. The Eloy lands the E. Hits the Senna with the tentacles. And that will be the end of that trade.
So overall, I mean, Taco Truck is able to drag but basically full trade in terms of kills for Team Tempest, and I think that that trade is overall pretty even, meaning that I still think that it's pretty comfortable for Taco Truck. Perhaps a little bit less comfortable than before, but I feel like they still kind of they should still be confident in themselves that they will be able to win this game once this game hits that 30-minute mark.
I definitely agree with this. We have the Cassio who finished her Seraph's Embrace. We have Mordekaiser with his finished Leandri's Torment. A lot of these carries are getting their finished items. We see the Cassio also building a Leandri's Torment to favor her continuous fighting, as Leandri's Torment's passive, or unique passive, grants more damage while in combat for longer. And it's with all these items. Senna also finished as her Edge of Night, so she's at a very, very strong point here where she's dishing out a lot of damage, but she can't be engaged on by a Lux Binding. And they get the hook on Swain. They're looking to kill, but the Braum is there. But the Swain is just too strong and too fast and avoids everything.
Swain here really just showing everyone just like how powerful Swain can really be. I feel like
Mordekaiser's running in with Righteous Glory. Look at the Mordekaiser, lands the shield. The Lucian is here too, but the Senna does land. The Lucian gets ulted, and this would be the end of Lucian, followed by the end of Volibear. Oh, but the Volibear does have the shield and lands. Cassio is fighting on top side. Set flashes in and the Illinois flashes out. Cassio flashes in, lands the poison. This should be Illinois dead. They're going onto the bomb. Set ults the bomb. Cassio's moving in to get this kill and gets it with red buff from Set.
That's just a good trade overall, I think, for the red team here. Taco Truck really, I guess, winning that fight overall, and yeah, they're on the Baron though.
Cassio is a great Baron taker, and this should be Baron, and this should completely extend the gold lead in favor of red team with all 2 of the outer towers still up, all 3 inner towers still up. They should honestly just try to 1-3-1 with this Mordekaiser. Cassio is just rolling over this Lux. But Lucian going in for that trade, the barrier from Cassio. She's trying to zone from the Baron. And she lives, and the Lucian backs up.
Lucian got taken down, or taken very low, so unable to kind of keep going here. I mean, all of the health bars of the Taco Truck, all the health bars of the members of Taco Truck are low, but again, they have 4 people and Lucian's just 1 person, so he's forced to back off there, and this is just free Baron, and it's really gonna blow the game wide open, I think, in my opinion.
We're looking at this dragon as well. We see very important buys on the side of Taco Trucks. We have Prince being built by the Senna, which will help. Her Myrrh mana literally just finished. We have the full Leandries on the Cassio, and this dragon is up in 30 seconds. I don't see how Team Tempest can win this next fight unless they come up with some miracle of peeling back the Mordekaiser, the Cassio, the Swain, the Set. It'll be like an uphill battle from the start of it.
Absolutely here, and we do have river control here as
lands some Poe, gets the Swain very low. That's the Swain dead already, and Stenna tries to flash in front but dies. And then we have Volley and Illinois in the flank, getting the Mordekaiser. The Mordekaiser ults the Volley, trying to trade with him. The Volley ults, gets him low. And we have Volley and Mordekaiser dead. And now we have the Illinois looking to hook, ult, gets the Mordekaiser. The Cassio's dead! The pick from Illinois and the rest of Team Tempest gets Cassio dead. And now we can see them turning on the dragon. Lucian turns onto Senna, looking to get the kill. He flashes forward, dashes in, and now he's running from Set.
And they should really just get this dragon here. I mean, okay, they are going to go for it, and I think they will really get this pretty easily here, as no members of Taco Truck is able to kind of arrive in time, and I guess this will set the dragon to 2-2, and the gold lead about even here.
Committing the TP. Taco Truck's committing the TP to look for this pick onto these 3 members of Team Tempest. Mordekaiser flashes forward. The Lux barriers and flashes out. It seems as though all members will live. Oh, they look onto this kill onto Illinois. Illinois is still alive, gets ignited and dies. The Lux should die here as well. She has no thumb, and she dies. Mordekaiser showing off that he can tank all that Lucian's damage.
Our shield is incredibly powerful here. He's very ahead of basically everyone else. But the Lucian is also pretty ahead, and he's gonna look, I think, towards. I mean, he has the QSS, so he'll probably look towards the Infinity Edge there. So if he's able to get 3 items, he's very powerful. However, on the side of Taco Truck Senna has just completed her rapid fire cannon, which is gonna allow her to kind of 2-shot. I mean, not really 2-shot, but help you from, well, half the screen away, or an entire screen away, to be honest. And that just massively boosts her range.
I want to point out Lucian's build here. He seems to be opting towards Mercurial Scimitar with the QSS, and I'm not... You know, now that I look at it a little bit more, he does get ulted by the Mordekaiser. I was thinking in terms of getting rooted by the Cassio, the Senna, the Swain, but this QSS is very, very important for him, so never mind for that. But it will delay his damage, though. He doesn't finish the IE, to continuously shoot down these enemies, and it'll be very hard for him to get good damage in these fights.
Absolutely here. But the amount of see on TKPP's side is just so massive, and every single one of them can chain into other forms of CC. And again, the Mordekaiser ult, if he gets ult in these team fights, he's likely dead. So it's absolutely crucial for him to get that, and he's gotten it, which should help Lucian survive and survive out better.
Items are looking good across the board. Dragon is up in 2 minutes and 50. Volley's looking mid. He ults a little bit too early, but the ult turn on the Senna. The Senna is dead. Lucian is hitting the front line. Swain flashes out, but dies. Set ults the Volley, but also dies. And then we have Mordekaiser trading in top lane on the Illinois very favorably with this Rylite. Ults her. Gets ulted inside the realm. And Mordekaiser just takes down Illinois with ease. But blue team is looking to break out this mid lane. Cassio trying her best to defend. Volley flashes in, forces the flash out of Cassio. She barriers as well. She ults the Lucian, who has the QSS, but gets hit by 2 turret shots and is absolute. It seems that the consolation prize for this will just be the tower, and they will have to run away.
Yeah, so they don't quite get the inhib here, but overall, I mean, it is a good trade in the sense that they do pick up an inhib, and I mean, now you look at it, they're still, in my opinion, slightly on like on the downside, even though they are ahead in gold by 1,000, just because of how their team comps is shaping up to be, and how the Mordekaiser is just completely kind of outplaying the Alawi, or I mean, outstatting the Alawi really in a side lane. And with those two people being the only people with teleport, there are no options to match the Mordekaiser other than put the Alawi there. And if the Alawi is unable to do so, it's gonna put Team Tempest in a really disadvantageous position.
And now we have to look at this next team fight. We see summoners on both Taco Truck and Team Tempest. We have Senna has flash for this next fight. The Lucian does not. We'll probably get it, but will not have flash for now. So does the Lux. She has barrier, but no flash. So engages on both teams are extremely strong onto the carries. Even the Cassio doesn't have flash either. So whoever can get onto these carries as a team and obliterate their opponents will probably win this next fight, and they're both looking to Dragon.
This is the third Dragon here, and honestly, I think whoever gets this is in a very favorable, in a more favorable position, as they will be on goal point.
Lucian getting poked. The Lucian going into 2, face checking them, has to flash out. There's his flash. Lux is dead because of her no flash. The whole fight, Set ults in, Volley ults in, Lucian dies on the other side. Swain is 1v2ing, the TP in by the Mordekaiser, looking to kill this Volley. Illinois does hook, but it seems that Team Tempest is just getting completely rolled here. Yep. Illinois has no ult, and now they will turn on Dragon. Oh, wait, Baron is also up, so they might decide to go to Baron instead. And it looks like that's what they've decided. Keeping the stat on the Dragon, the Mordekaiser, the Senna, and the Swain going to Baron.
And I think they will get both here. That time range are still, in the double digits for most members of Team Tempest here, and they're gonna get double epic monsters, and they will be really ahead, I think, after this take Baron. Again, it's 1,500 gold. Remember, it's gonna propel them ahead in gold, and not only that, it's gonna allow them to dominate the map.
There's the Dragon with Taco Truck on Soul Point now, and Baron is at 3,000 health. There's nothing that Team Tempest can do to stop this Baron now.
And they will be in the driver's seat, in the driving. They'll be driving this game. They'll be in the driver's seat for at least 3 minutes, for 3 minutes and 30 seconds. I don't know exactly how long Baron lasts. I think it's 3:30, but I'm not 100% sure. What I do know is that even after this, I feel like they're gonna get so much value out of this Baron, because a lot of colors are still standing here, so a lot of standing gold, a lot of potential for them to just bust. They won't. It's not like they'll get necessarily an inhibitor, though that's possible. I feel like they're gonna be able to get a lot of that gold and propel themselves even higher in terms of gold.
I would like to point out Taco Truck's topside build. They both have Iron Solari. This item is, in my opinion, extremely overrated right now, or underrated, where it provides a huge heal for your whole team, and it is not a unique passive either. So if both these tanky members, which Mordekaiser is, which Set is, they will have such huge shields where Burst from the Lucian, from the Lux, from the Volibear will be completely negated by these huge shields, and since Taco Truck do have the Baron, they want to group and abuse this Iron Solari.
Also, no healing reduction coming from Team Tempest here, which I find to be quite troll. Like, you have healing cut on Senna, which is more of a luxury item than a necessary one, but you have no healing cut at all on the side of Team Tempest. So,
other than the Lux with her Morellos, but that's not enough.
Okay, there is a Morello. Yeah, I did not see that Morello. That's my bad. I did not see that Morello. With that Morello, I guess it's less bad in a sense, but I still think that either Lucian or Volibear slash Malawi should get a previous item. Although I didn't notice the Morello. That's my bad.
Well, Morello for Lux in this case will be not the best, as her whole kit is based on burst, on picks. We have her snare, we have her E, we have her alt, all relying on these kind of bursts. So the shields completely negate that, as I had mentioned earlier, and the Morello only stays on for 3 seconds. So after that 3 seconds up, go ahead and heal again, because she has to rotate through her abilities again. She only has, depending on runes and whatnot, 30 to 40% CDR. But she just lost the blue, so should be from 20 to 30% CDR. And looking at this game, red team is just doing 4-1 with Illinois not answering. The blue team is trying to respond with a 1-3-1 push, stopping the mid lane seeds as well as the bot lane, but Lux can definitely not answer this Morgana, or this Mordekaiser, so they're going on 2. The Mordekaiser ults the Lux, chasing her under turret, gets the kill. Mordekaiser does get help from the Senna, and we have a double kill. Mordekaiser flashes out, Volibear does get the kill. The passive is on Set, he does get stunned, and he gets smited. The Volibear does have Wit's End and Titanic Hydra, making him extremely strong, but here comes Swain, while the rest of his team does push down mid lane. Swain can 1v2 this, but he is getting destroyed by this Volibear, who's chosen into a damage build. He does trade with the Braum, but it won't be enough to kill the Volibear.
That will be an traded here, although Malawi's always got his impact power, but also will probably die in the process here. Senna pretty strong here with that, with the crit item as well as a whole ton of AD, and they're just, in my opinion, ahead thanks to their position in terms of the Dragon department. Now, we're pressuring, or now Team Tempest is pressured, and they're pretty much forced to come to this Mountain Dragon, because if they get this Mountain Dragon, it's gonna be very hard to kill anyone on the side of TTTT, as they all build some health, which means that these Mountain Dragons, they will give resistances, which is gonna be really beneficial, as they have a lot of health again. So those resistances will be super valuable, and the burst of Ilaoi, Lux, and Lucian will be largely mitigated by the Mountain Soul Shield if they do manage to take it.
And as you said, since they've built health, these resistances are a lot more valuable, because resistances without health are completely useless. So when you have the health to back that up, it becomes super important. The Swain lands the hit in. We have a TP in from the Mordekaiser. Set ults in, uses his stopwatch. They're stalling out the fight here, and the Swain does have ult here. They're looking. Taco Truck is looking to face tech into their team. Mordekaiser ults the Volibear. Illinois on the side. Lux is in a very awkward position. Gets hooked in. Uses Zanya's. Mordekaiser still hasn't killed. And Swain is just running through this team fight. These Solarians came so important in these fights to mitigate so much damage. Senna flashes forward. Lucian is trying to trade kills, but does not. And they live and get the Mountain Soul with the minions pushing into the base.
Yup, they're gonna be able to take this mountain. So, although they might be looking for the Alawi as well, the Alawi ultimate. Technical
Lao
strike.
uses flash and gets nothing out of it.
And this should be another Baron here. If they do choose to go for it, or they might be choosing to go for the bot inhibitor, which looks like this is gonna be what they are going to do, or attempt to do. And I mean, there's only Volibear left. I mean, okay, Volibear left, and Rom is gonna be here. It looks like they are going to just recall here and probably look for Baron as the first objective.
Yeah, they probably have a lot of gold from the previous fight from the dragon. These items that they will now buy will probably be the items that will push them the furthest ahead. So I'm expecting some elixirs coming out of both teams, and some just basically items for this. Only this fight we see the Casio has opted to keep her Doran's ring the whole time, and there's no reason to sell it here because any AP she can get is extremely valuable. And we have Casio pushing in mid, you have Mordekaiser and Set starting this Baron, and it doesn't seem like Team Tempest know just yet. Volibear is recalling, he will not be here in time for this dragon, a Baron.
Yeah, absolutely not here. And GG2, they're just taking this and they're shredding it while members of Team Tempest are not quite going to be near. The Lux ult is, well, the final spark is probably going to sit on the final Baron of the game, and arguably the final minutes of the game, as I feel like this might just be overwhelming for Team Tempest.
We have in a swing fight here. Senna does get some poke onto the Eloy. They are fighting. The mid lane is pushing in favor of Taco. So we'll have to watch that as they are looking to siege top lane onto this Eloy. And it seems she's just dead. There's nothing that we can do. They use the set ult, which won't be here for next fight. So they might be able to do something without that set ult, but it seems that members of Team Taco are just so far ahead. Lucian uses the culling. Senna is poking on the left.
They're going the way here to make sure they can't end, but two waves of Baron power units are going to come, both top and mid simultaneously. And they will try their hardest to defend, but Baron is incredibly hard to clear. And it looks like they're unable to do so. The final spark is not quite going to land.
Lux's damage is useless at this point. It's all up to the Lucian. If he can defend with the Volibear, Volibear engages from ult. Volibear's trying to create space, but gets ulted. It's a 3v4 right now for Team Tempest. Volibear does live, and it's now again a 5v5. They're looking onto the set. He flashes in, uses his W. Mordekaiser is face tanking a lot of this damage, flashes in forward. Casio lands a 3-man ultimate, and that's game. It's over for Team Tempest.
Of this match,
Very explosive game.
We'll go to the team with more T's. And speaking of more T's, who do you think had the most T's on the side of TT? I.e., who was the MVP? Or TTTT? Damn, the T's are really getting to me here.
Yes, they definitely are, and I'm very in favor of choosing Volibear here. He made, I know, Volibear is completely useless after level 3, but he was able to stay relevant through his item builds, through his Wit's End, through his Titanic Hydra, and tried to create space for his other members such as Eloy and Lucian, and get ulted by Mordekaiser, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. And that's why I want to give the MVP to Swain, because not only was he able to carry the bot lane for Senna, he was able to create a lot of space with his ultimate to secure objectives, to kill 1v2, 1v3 situations. This man was on fire this whole game.
Completely agree with you. Honestly, it's not really a one-sided selection. I feel like a lot of members are, I feel like their entire team worked very well together to get this win. But again, I think Swain is definitely, a bit more up there than the rest of the team. I feel like his performance this game is really kind of, he was able to consistently do what Swain needs to do, which is find those picks to do some of that damage and to be annoying and impactful at the exact same time. Anyways, that will be it for game 1. We will be back in just 2 minutes for game number 2 of the series.
Welcome back, everyone. I am Monkey, and joining me is I'm Fated, as we get back into Team Tempest versus Taco's Truck, Game 2.
So quick recap of game 1. It was a nice even game that eventually got, I think TT got outscaled in my opinion, and they were able, the team with 4 T's in the acronym of the name were able to get the Mountain Soul and multiple Barons, and eventually we were just able to, in my opinion, outscale Team Tempest here. But it was still quite close for the vast majority of that game, so very interesting to see who comes on top in this game number 2.
And talking about game number 2, let's talk about this draft. So, now Taco Trucks has blue side, Team Tempest has red side, and looking right across the board, we have meta ADCs. Caitlyn Ashe, very prioritized in this game, and it seems that with the lane Ashe has, with Ashe Karma as a response to Caitlyn, it's favorable for the Team Tempest as they're poking out this Caitlyn, and then Soraka, which was picked in the second phase of bans.
So Soraka's really going to be able to refute some of the poke coming out from the Ashe and the Karma, so we'll see how that plays out in the bot lane. In the mid lane, though, we have Victor versus Nico, 2 control mages. Nico more of this go in style with your ultimate, and Victor more of the sit back and do all your AoE abilities on top of multiple members, which I think is going to be a very interesting lane. Yeah, and for jungle-wise, Olaf, Evelyn. So, like, we have really early game oriented Olaf here. He's going to have some lanes that are able to hopefully get priority. Victor, I'm pretty sure they have about the same wave clear potential, because Victor's wave is the same, but Nico Q, the recent buffs to it made it absolutely just amazing at cutting out waves here. And yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
And let's just jump right into it and see what these matchups really show us, what these players can do. Hopping into this game, it is not Olaf jungle, but rather Olaf pop into this Poppy. So now I'm actually a little bit worried. It seems as though red side with the Evelyn jungle, with this aggressive bot lane of the Ashe Karma, and this Nico that I'm assuming should go even with versus the Victor, it should be in favor of red team here.
Yeah, I agree. I think, they have some lanes that are able to hopefully be able to get prio here, and like a very powerful scaling champion here is gonna hopefully bring a lot of value. There is Nico, so there are gonna be some MR, but sure, usually we see a lot of Evelyn comps with Evelyn being the only AP champion, but in this case, she is paired with an AP mid laner, so it's gonna be very interesting to see how that works out for them. I think it's still a very good pick and a pretty niche pick, but I'll see. I think a pick that's going to be very exciting to watch.
And I'm foreseeing that Seth will try to get early ganks, where Evelyn will try to farm out this game and get ahead through her own picks. And if we don't see these early MR buys, oh, we have Olaf already fighting in top lane, trading. Wait, is he gonna get the kill here? First blood for Olaf, 1v1 the Poppy, and this is the power of the Olaf top. It's completely disrespect towards your opponent and abuse this early game Conquer and how fast he can stock Conquer with his axes.
Yeah, and Bobby is forced to use the teleport right there. He's gonna lose lane pile here as well, so very good play, I guess, by the Olaf. So,
and Olaf is level 2, looking in for another kill. It'll probably force the Poppy flash. And she trades. I guess the Olaf was a little bit blood hungry there, but it turns out okay for the Poppy, it seems.
And it's just a good counter kill by the Phoenix here as Olaf goes in for another trade. Very trade heavy lane there with Olaf just kind of going in onto the Poppy time and time again. As the Victor and the Set is going to move into the jungle of the Evelyn here and take away the Raptors. So very, I guess, good early counter jungle to abuse the weak early game that Evelyn has.
And we have trading in mid lane where the Victor is actually stronger than the Nico because he did take Glacial Almond, which is meta for Nico right now. And let's look at the minimap here. The Evelyn is going for the flashless Olaf, looking for this kill. It should be a dead Olaf, but Set is here. He can probably trade. He will trade the kill and look for this Poppy who has no flash, and the Set definitely knows this. He will take a tower shot and luckily live, thankfully, to his W. And very close to top lane.
Still pushing back to the Olaf here, so Olaf's gonna be only straight for a pretty big wave here, and Poppy is most likely gonna miss a lot here. Poppy eating in.
The Set did not know he's on a ward, and now Poppy is 3-1.
A very strong Poppy in the early game. Should be able to mitigate that early game pick of the Olaf here, so that's good. Although Olaf will be given an opportunity to freeze the lane if the wave is in a position where he can very well feed it and try to deny Poppy a couple waves of CS.
And we're looking from this. Look at this first buy from Poppy. She's bought Bramble Vest and Boots. This is so good for her early, as Olaf, even though he does have his axes, relies a lot on his auto attacks to do a lot of his damage. And he has Conquer, and he has his W. So this Bramble Vest is literally the perfect buy.
And it also works like decently against the Soraka, right? If the Soraka ults in, you're gonna be able to reduce that healing as well. And just some light poking in the bot lane here, nothing too life-threatening.
And Olaf, like you said, is freezing this top lane, trying to deny this Poppy farm, but because she's so ahead, she's a level up, she has double buffs, she's able to kind of walk in with no fear. As well as protected by wards on both her Tribush and the River Bush. This Poppy definitely knows what she's doing in this lane. She's trying to deny as much, even though the Olaf is trying to get this freeze on her. She is still denying farm under the wave, but she is down 15 CS. We have the Evelyn mid lane looking for the Victor, who has back. Set uses Hex Flash over the wall, looking for something, and it's pretty quiet game for now. That looks like he is getting Dragon though.
And that'll be a pretty nice early Dragon here. Evelyn is in the top jungle of TTT, but she's unable to find any camps to steal.
She looks like she's gone for the dive. Okay. The Poppy is fixed. She is spotted. She knows that the Set is in top lane. They go for the dive. Poppy stuns, knocks up, and gets a clean kill.
Yep, and the big thing about that is that you lose a wave. So they will shoot Dragon for a kill and about 2 waves worth of EXP and CS, which I'd say is an okay trade, not necessarily the best, but definitely not terrible either. And I don't think Set's gonna really do anything bot lane. He will go into the jungle and try to steal a couple of camps here, looking to give that blue buff that's spawning to the Victor.
Bot lane does seem pretty even for now. The Caitlyn will be... her nerfs are not in as of this patch. Oh, Set is looking bot with the Victor. They're looking to E. Flash flashes out, so does Karma, and they will stay safe. But as I was saying, the Caitlyn, her attack speed nerfs... Oh, wait! Will they get that kill on Set? No, they will not. But Caitlyn's getting attack speed nerfs this next patch. So as of right now, she can build her super high damage build and completely take over the game on her own. We'll just have to see if she's able to, with this Soraka giving her attack speed as well with the Ardent Sensor.
which, yes, absolutely will eventually be picked up as arguably the first item, but that's still a few minutes into the future. As of now, both teams looking okay here. There is a slight goal advantage on the side of Team Tempest, but TGT does have the one Ocean Dragon, so it's going to be very interesting. I think it's about even right now. Maybe a slight advantage to Team Tempest, but should be about even. And as we see, as both Marksman does back for those BF swords here, actually able to get an extra pair of boots. Actually, no, he's not able to because actually has 200 less gold because of the. I didn't see the quick cloak. I'm sorry, the quick cloak is going to be very powerful on the Caitlyn here, and I think that she'll be pretty happy that she traded that for boots and dagger.
And next dragon, as we can see, is mountain. So that means our soul will either be fire or air. And this is extremely good for both teams. Either dragon, where the Olaf can get movement speed if he runs in, or and Set as well, or we can have Caitlyn having extremely strong autos with Infernal Dragon, and we're getting some more trading top lane. Olaf goes for the ultimate, flashes in, has no Poppy ults away inward, and they're going in for another trade. Caitlyn flashes out, gets ignited, has no more flash or heal, uses heal. Ashe uses heal and gets the kill. It's the poke. The poke is very difficult to play against when it's a Karma Ashe and they can just run you down.
And Soraka doesn't quite hit level 6 yet, so there is no ult coming.
Looking mid
at that time mid lane,
forcing both summers out of Victor. And oh, that's a crazy ult. The Set ults the Nico. The Set tries to use his W. They turn on the wrong Nico, and now Evelyn gets the kill and lives with her flash and ult. They did not expect that burst, where Poppy is running into both enemies 1v2, and will live and can potentially kill here with the Evelyn on the flank.
And the Evelyn just instantly gets back to pretty much full HP because of her passive, as well as the health pots that she's been drinking. And you look at that trade, and overall, I mean, I think that it's slightly. Honestly, I feel like that was a pretty even trade on both sides of the floor. Although they did get Rift Herald, so I think it might be slightly. It depends on how much gold that TTT is able to get with that Rift Herald. If they're able to get if they're able to get it to
Set's running top lane. He has the Herald, so if this goes favorable for Taco Truck, we will see the turret drop. They are turning on the Poppy. The Poppy should die here for free. The Black Cleaver is just way too strong.
He does pick up that kill here. Olaf and Set, pretty strong bruisers, able to skirmish incredibly well.
Like she wants to kill the Set. She will fight in the flank, looking for the Set and not the Olaf. Rather killing him instead. Oh, she's too far. And now she will probably die here. No ult, no flash, the slow from the Olaf. And that was a very, very big mistake there.
And that was super unfortunate, honestly, on the side of Evelyn here. I think Tricky missed the Q. I don't think he can keep going in, and he did keep going in. But it just led to the doom of her there, and that's really, really good. The place will also fall. And Poppy Olaf again trading quite a lot here.
Olaf is favored though, because of the Black Cleaver.
He's got the temporary ice advantage.
The Ashe ult goes in. They're looking to kill the Soraka, but the heals from everyone are way too strong. Olaf going in for the all-in, throws his axe, throws another axe, one more axe will kill the Poppy. She tries to ult, but trades, and the Olaf lives.
With Triumph. You know, that's why you take Triumph.
For plays like that.
Yeah, plays like that happen because of Triumph. So honor triumph.
Evelyn is on the flank on this Caitlyn. Caitlyn is
Unaware.
very weak as of right now, but both the jungler and the mid lane are on the bot side, but the Evelyn does not want to commit to this. Dragon is still up. Olaf is extremely far ahead now. If we look at the gold, he is 2.5 thousand gold ahead. Oh, and the Karma flashes. Set's going in for the kill. And it should be a clean 2-for-0 trade for Team Tempest. Or Team Taco Truck.
Taco Truck.
Yeah.
Wait, Team Taco Truck. That's 5.
No. It's just Taco's truck. Thankfully, there's no 5 Ts, it's only 4. And it seems as Taco Truck wants to take this dragon. Defending themselves with the Caitlyn traps, with the pink ward. Everything is going right for them this game. I'm just looking forward to see what this Nico can do. She almost has the GLP with her Glacial Augment. She should get it on this back. It only costs 450 gold with her component items. And we'll see what plays that she can make with also those sorcery boots.
Yeah, Nico, I think, is one of the people in this game that hasn't exactly fell behind. She's able to keep up with the Victor, and hopefully they're gonna be she's able to kind of be very impactful in these team fights, as we know that she definitely can be with a lot of AOE damage and crowd control.
And this is a win soul. So right now, Taco Truck has 2 points, needs 2 more dragons to get the soul point, and their Olaf will be unstoppable. Also, their Victor, who will be able to literally run laps around the enemy team. And this will be very interesting.
I feel like that.
And Soraka uses her ult and lives, but the Ashe follows up with her ult and gets the kill. Nico's here with her Glacial Augment, runs the route. Oh! The Caitlyn flashes out, and she is safe. Uses both summoners.
Evelyn was there for 30 seconds plus, in my opinion, or what I think 30 seconds plus, and she is going to be rewarded with a kill for her team, so it's not the worst trade, but it looks like they will lose a large portion of the mid tower as Nico flashes forward.
Victor flashes out, and Olaf just runs her down. Then Ashe flashes out to follow. The Evelyn runs into the Olaf, who gets another kill. Olaf will be unstoppable this game. I don't see a world where he isn't. They're running down this Karma, and that's another kill rewarded to the Olaf. He is unstoppable, just like the announcer says.
Absolutely, and it's just very difficult for Team Tempest to do anything. You're probably going in with the engage, not quite able to find anything.
Trying to stop. Oh, an ult! Unfortunately, leads to nothing.
That was a cool 4-man ult, though.
Yes, it was. It definitely was.
If there was, I don't think Yasuo ult works for that, so unfortunately. But if
actually, it does. It does. If you use the held version, though, it's a lot harder to land, but it still does anyways.
Really? Okay,
Yes.
that's interesting.
Evelyn finds the Caitlyn. Should be able to pick up the kill here. Very close, but gets it anyways. Now, my biggest concern is Olaf isn't based. He is waiting for what I thought, the Death Dance. He is very hard to kill right now. Even though the Poppy has Grievous Wounds and the enemy Team Tempest does have a lot of burst, it'll be extremely difficult to kill this Olaf through the Death Stance and through the health he has from the Black Cleaver.
Absolutely, and through the natural levels of Olaf being very tanky and skilling pretty decently with levels in this game, Set not quite able to play anything in the jungle. And looking at items here, Caitlyn is in a little bit, I think, on terms of gold as well, and it just seems.
I'm very concerned with that Caitlyn build. Right now, her meta build is Infinity Edge and Stormrazer, but she seems to be opting for more of an auto attack speed build, and I'm not a big fan of that. because in this game, there are not many characters that she can auto freely, other than the Poppy. And the more you auto the Poppy here, the more you get hit by Thornmail. So she would want to use the Stormrazor utility to slow down the Poppy so that she can live, and B, use it to just hit the Poppy hard and less often rather than more, and like get hit by the grievous wounds of this Bramble Vest.
Yep, and just a reminder for anyone who doesn't like know the Thorns mail, it is flat. Well, it's not flat. It's flat for any attack that hits it, meaning that higher damage attacks don't actually reflect more, at least not for Bramble Vest anyways. So that means higher damage. If you attack a lot more, it's gonna be a lot more damage reflected back at you. You don't really want
Everyone's trying to get this burst in, flashes, but will die to the Caitlyn ult. Nico goes in, tries to get some burst, but then Olaf just runs over their whole backline and solos the Ashe in front of her whole team.
And this is looking very bad for Team Tempest here, as the third dragon will be picked up by Team Taco Truck, and
that's one more point to Soul.
It's just, yeah.
This game looks extremely detrimental to Team Tempest here. I'm not sure what you can do to come back from this, because what you're relying on in this game is the Ashe and the Nico to provide the utility of slowing and kind of burst, or like just slowing their opponents down so that Evelynn can come from behind and burst down their carries, such as Victor, such as the Caitlyn, but she's unable to, because Olaf and Set will be able to run down the whole team, that she won't be able to do anything with the space that Ashe and Nico are trying to create.
And in this type of position, I mean, like, your carries are a bit behind, but the most important thing is that Olaf and Set are pretty strong. Olaf is a good amount of CS ahead as well, and in terms of gold. And although Poppy's going to be a lot of defensive items, and Olaf isn't actually going to be one-shotting Poppy, he is going to be a juggernaut in my opinion in this game, and it's going to be very difficult to kill him and to CC him because of his own ultimate.
And it shows through their item build. Set wants to run into the enemy team with his Deadmans that he's trying to complete. And then you have, I guess Caitlyn is opting towards more auto attack speed? I'm very curious what she's trying to do with this. She might honestly just trying to be completing the boots and then building the Stormrazor here. But I'd be very concerned with... Oh, it seems this Karma's just dead. Getting picked off like that is not good for the team, as Baron is up and they are looking for it. This should be Baron.
Will they get it?
For
the question.
Yeah, this should be Baron for Taco Trucks, unless... Oh, we see Evelynn on the flank on the minimap. Poppy is coming from behind as well. This might be extremely bad. Oh! The Victor cancels the Poppy ult. Nico flashes in, gets a 3-man ult, tries to burst, gets the burst down, Asio flashes forward, dies. They're looking for the Victor, who flashes away. They're now, blue team is running down everyone. They get the trade kill onto Victor, but the Olaf gets a triple kill and is now so much more ahead than he was prior. And they're looking for the Evelynn. They're running at the Evelynn. Evelynn does get some heavy burst onto Step, but he does have his W. He stopwatches and dies. And now we have the Karma coming back with the Ignite, with the slow. And she will not get this kill. If anything, she might die here. Olaf trying to look for that.
So we find overall it's a good trade for TTT as they are able to kind of allow their Olaf to be even more. We're just a bit of a warning though, as Olaf does have that diminishing on his items. Once he gets, 4 items, he's not really gonna. He's essentially the same champion for his last 2 items, just because he's unable to really have anything that multiplies his damage. So he will most likely do about the same damage as he will, once it's 40 minutes, obviously except for the levels increase. So I feel like now they need to really look to dedicate their goal towards their Victor and Caitlyn to allow them to really 1v9, or not 1v9, but to carry this game.
And then I wanna point out that Ashe is building a Bork now. Bork is great if you build it first, but she's building it second, and in this context, I honestly don't think she should even build Borg. She should have gone right into Runeans or tried to build an IE second where she should help with damage, because her Evelynn, although the Evelynn is strong, was forced to build defensive second and is unable to do much damage. And now the Olaf is keeping to get this Poppy. It seems that they just want to take this Baron and win, or take a fight and win this game.
Absolutely true, as they are ahead by, what, 6,000 gold, plus 6,500
Watch running in, forces the Karma stopwatch, she should die. Kill goes over to Caitlyn.
And Set runs into the Evelynn here. Evelynn does have ultimate here. He won't ult away, but Set with the ultimate himself, Flash coming out. Looks like no kill will be had here as they look, as TTT looks to
Turn on this dragon, honestly. And the Olaf is getting on this Poppy. We have both Nico here ulting the Olaf only, so it seems that they want this kill on Olaf. He's seeing him as much as they can, preventing healing, but all of blue team is here. It's over for them. There's nothing that can do. This is free Baron, or... yeah, this should be free Baron for them. But Evelynn is on the flank. It seems that they're turning towards the inhib first, then prioritizing the Baron.
I think they'll definitely be able to grab this inhib here. Evelynn, again, they can't really engage up two people here. Evelynn's not strong enough. They will just walk with this inhib. And now they can either guarantee the soul for the Baron. The Baron's also pretty much guaranteed as long as they prevent Evelynn from stealing it. It looks like they will be heading towards that Dragon Soul.
Yeah, and with this Dragon Soul, this next Baron fight will be guaranteed for them, as Olaf will be able to ult, run in, have the Victor ult and run in, have the Set ult and run in. That's the Soul. They'll turn on to the TP. It's the Poppy TPing in, getting CC'd. They'll get this kill, and probably just turn right to Baron. They're pinging it on the map. It's Baron for them. They'll reset and probably just end the game after that. The Set should have a lot of gold. The Victor should have a crazy amount of gold in his pocket. He has 1,600. We have the Olaf sitting on almost 2k. It should be done from this point on.
Yeah, and really here, Hawkshot's gonna land, and there should be nothing they can do. I mean, Ellen doesn't have flash. You can't really go over the wall. I mean, he's gonna look back, I guess.
She is positioning for her ult.
But it's still very hard. Goes in with it.
She goes in,
and gets the...
but she instantly gets blown up. And Olaf flashes the wall, looking for the Ashe. She heals. The Caitlyn call comes in. Olaf is running over Ashe and Karma. The Nico is running, and I think that's game. They lost both their carries. Only Nico is up. Poppy is just gonna die. It's over from here. Even though Red Team did take Baron, there's not much they can do other than this Poppy ult that only hits the Olaf away.
Yeah, I really don't think Team Tempest has a chance. There's only 2 members. The Nico also now
4-man off. Nico tries to do something about it, but the Olaf just running in. Just runs over the whole team, and it still has a 700 gold bounty. Olaf is going from the back. She gets a huge stun from the Ashe. The Caitlyn flashes out, but now, will they reset or will they try to force? We do have no TPs. Set flashes in, forces the Ashe flash. Ashe walks in, and that's game. They have the cannon, and they'll hit the Nexus, and that'll be it.
Looks like the team with more T's in the acronym of their name will come out ahead in this game number 2, and so, and as well in the match here, team Taco's truck will take a
Taco's truck.
Taco's taco truck will take a
that's a big
match.
Yeah.
Team Tempest.
Yeah. So I'm saying it. Olaf is definitely my MVP for this game. He not only destroyed his top lane, but ran around the whole rest of the map and killed everyone else multiple times over. But so I think what's up for debate is the 8th. So MVP of the losing team. Who do you think it is?
It is difficult for me to say. I think that there were a couple of decent plays by a lot of members. Like the Nico, he had the right idea to go Alton, but the thing is, she wasn't able to kind of make up the difference in really any of the team fights. Like she got that landing good, but then she kind of didn't.
And I
wasn't
think
able to impact the game.
And I think that's why she gets the 8th, because her role in this game was not to carry, but rather to support her carries. And it really showed with her play. And honestly, it's pretty sad that the Olaf got so far ahead, but there's not much else. Not much else Team Tempest can do there. And that will end, I believe it's a 2-0 for Team for Taco Truck.
Yes, the team with more keys will take the 2-0 off of the team with a little bit less of half the keys. And yeah, I think that will be it for that game. That should be the last game of this broadcast. So I hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast and the games being played. And we will see you
joining us.
Probably tomorrow for another set of awesome matches. No, don't stay tuned. Good. Yeah, okay. That if you stay tuned, that will take you 24 hours. Don't do that. Yeah. But yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this broadcast, and we will see you tomorrow.